I was supposed to train this. I was supposed to train that already. Oh, it's gonna have two different areas. Not anymore. We got this side one because we got an area. Let's turn this down so we can actually think. Turn this up a little bit so we can actually think. This fella right here, this guy, it's Dunzo. It's Dunzo. I don't know why, but our boy Osmo, he decided to call it quits. He's throwing out red lights. He's throwing out red lights. Got a lot to talk about on the music so you could think. I know. Your boy is coming in with slick hair. He just came from the men's room and he just went bing, bing. I think I put in a little too much product this morning. I had the best run I've had in years. I did 10 1-minute repeats on high speed. So you do intervals, and I gotta be honest, the 45 minutes went real quick. 5 miles, just around 5 miles. I think it was like 4.8749, right around there, miles. I'm feeling good. Honestly, this weekend, I was a little afraid going into training because my swimming stinks and my biking, I have not done a full 56 miles in a while. So this weekend I was hesitant. All right, let's talk about vibe coding. That's where we're here today there, folks. So this guy is on a truly gangster, I don't know if you could see it. It is on a janky, just holding it up on the style, just where you put your pens. Where you put the pens is where this camera is. So it's got this weird angle coming in. All right, we got a lot. Yesterday was one of the most inspiring days. I say that every single time. However, this is what we're building. We got a lot actually to talk about. The first one is your boy's becoming a content creator. What does that mean? He's going to have to use the other models and start his own benching, shall we say. I need to intelligently talk about this stuff. I can't just use Claude. Your boy's got to bridge out, no pun intended. He's got to bridge out, and he's got to make content. He's got to make content. He's got to become a marketer. He's got to become a marketer. So what was the big breakthrough? $39. Charles, what do I get for $39? This is what you get. You get a custom website. It's all held at boatenston.com under your custom domain. You get a short link, a bio link, your custom inbox. You have your own calendar. You have your own Calendly. You have your own streaks, your own to-do list, your own checklist. You have a community. You have a screenshot tool. You have a vibe coding tool. You have free audiobooks and ebooks. By the way, I was listening to the ebook that we made. It was a banger. I was drenched in sweat today. I took a selfie in the mirror and I said, well, if we're going to be putting out books, let's see what the books can do. I went into 11 Labs yesterday and I started banging out some books. And it sounded decent. Then I went right into Claude and I said, actually I went into Google. And Google said, by the way, as of July 2026, we're hammering out those that are doing AI models. We don't like you people. Why? They're going to authenticity. They're not going to watch time. They're going to authenticity with watch time. Click rate, then watch time. They're going away from AI. Literally, my chat yesterday with Google was intense. Let's look at my history. I went into it with YouTube and I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean you're cutting back? YouTube has a compliance handshake. They have all these AI models to make sure that your 11 Labs, your HeyGen is actually authentic. So, toodles to a lot of AI slop on YouTube. You're not getting monetized. You're getting potentially deleted. You're not getting pushed forward. And you got to click that it's AI. So I said, all right, we got to go away from that. But we got to go into books. And I was listening to this guy, Gimbal Protection, Exit. What did this just do? What did this, oh boy, don't do that on me. Don't do that on me. Got to come back around. What are you getting all hot and heated over here, sitting in the corner by yourself? Take it easy. Take a lap. Oh, it's pressing down on this stupid gimbal thing. All right, let's put you at the bottom there. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. So janky, Charles. You got to make enough money to afford an office so you could just start screaming at the top of your lungs. All right. Did that do anything? Did that do anything? All right. I started listening to this. It was really good. It starts off with a story. Let's go back to the beginning. Starts off with a story about discipline. Most advice about discipline treats it like a mood. It get inspired, you watch a video, you feel the surge, and suddenly you're the person who wakes up at 5 and ships every day. Then the surge fades, because surges always fade. And you conclude that you lack something other people have. Then it starts going into the Dwayne Rock Johnson. The last thing is 4 a.m. cares about whether you feel motivated or not. You know what? Let's highlight that. And then you go up here. You go into your little highlights. You got some highlights. You got some bookmarks. You can listen to it.
In 1972, at a preschool on the campus of Stanford University, the psychologist
at 2x speed. I was listening to it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can get all this for $39.95. No, 39 bucks. You get all the controls. Then I said, what if I create my own ADE? Dare I say a bridge voice? I said that because I was listening to CNBC this morning against my will. No, I actually chose it. All right, let's go into these. So the first one is, I was so impressed with the ebook that I said, what are the best models to create an ebook? What are the best practices to create a book? What do the best sellers do to remain at the top? You know, the guys at the top. Habits by James Clear. Unbelievable. How long has it been at the top of? So you get all of these things. You go to Botenstein.com. So this is now what we're building out. Very slowly, boys and girls. We don't just ship it out and I'm sitting here like a Tweedledum, Tweedledum, you know, bouncing around on a chair, smashing my head against the keyboard, entertain you like a bunch of noodle faces. But the pricing, someone just DM'd me. I just got a DM or something. Something just came through. Too many articles are coming through, by the way. Too many articles. We got to clean up the articles. I got 56 notifications of articles. I think my open router had enough. But look at this. All right. So we're going to build out a bench area. We got to create content against BridgeMind, Bridge Voice, Bridge Face. I am a content creator. Okay? I own it. All right? So what do you get for $39? You don't just get one stupid product and I sit here juggling a bunch of balls, smashing my head against it. Here's a prompt, create a subway map of New York City, and it's got to have a back end and a front end with Next.js using Open Router source code, PHP, HTML on a direct canvas using Linux. No, we're not doing that. All right? We're professionals. Look at the whole stack. You get a custom website. Domain name. By the way, domain name, 1,000 emails through Resend API, 90 cents. 90 cents. I received work emails against my will yesterday by accident. I coded that in, and I started receiving work emails through my Botenston email address in my inbox, and I said, oh crap, this should still be through Gmail or my business, my Google business. It should not be through Botenston.com yet, all right? This should not be through Botenston.com. But you get a workspace, you get LifeOS, you get the e-sign. I just did the e-sign yesterday. You get B-Shut, you get an OBS library, you get the Strava, you get the coaching, you get all this. The community is in the back. It's in the back. Love you guys, but you're in the back. We got to overwhelm them. Perfect example, yesterday I went in and I said, what did you do, Charles? What are the habits you did? All right, what are the habits you did? Let's go into my LifeOS. Let's open it. What did you do for your workout today, you noodlehead? You worked out for 45 minutes. That's not a good number. Mary and Joseph, have mercy on us. We don't like that number. Anyway, 45-minute run, 4 whatever miles, treadmill running. It looks like an absolute disaster. But you come in here, sleep, you got your sleep score. You got your tracker, 36 days sober. It could be without sugar. It could be kissing your wife on the lips. It could be walking your dog. It could be watching your boy live stream. What's your to-do list? What's on your schedule? Are you journaling? Are you working out? What's your docs? What's your drive? We have Wealth. I'm not going to show you mine, but I connected it to Plaid, which is an API key that connects to every single bank in the world, and it pulls it all in. So I have my Chase, I have my Jovia, I have my Vanguard, all pulled in. Then you got your calendar, you got your to-do list, you got your checklist. Your workspace. Okay, here are my 2 websites. And then you go in here and then you got your apps. Free books, free e-sign. The e-sign is a banger. Gotta be honest, very good. I sent it out, look at this. Gave away my personal email. Don't worry, it's getting deleted anyway. But it has all of the activity. I signed it, Botenston sign, up, live, and working. Sick. Sick. You can build whatever you want. Build whatever you want. B-Shot. B-Shot is right here. Press Command D. Hey, you there? B-Shot's over here. It better work because I'm live and I don't want to be embarrassed. I go here, Shift. Still does not work. Still does not work. All right, where's B-Shot? B-Shot. That's this guy right here. B-Shot. You're embarrassing me live. I'm live streaming with 1 million people watching. I have Jay Leno. I have Mark Zuckerberg and Jensen Huang. I have Donald Trump watching. And I still cannot drag and drop this onto any single canvas or document or in VS Code. We need a massive debugging machine. Send out multiple agents. Just kidding, just send out one Opus 4.8. You got this. I got huge confidence in you. Send that out. All right. So that's Bridge. So now the ADE. Why was I thinking about this yesterday? This one guy popped up. He's got a full head of hair. I showed him before. The dude has an awesome canvas. He's got an awesome canvas. I think I put it into one of my Claudes yesterday. And I started banging out yesterday. I started, ripping away. What the heck is that? Is that me? That was weird. I don't know what that was about. That was in the background. That just started playing on my phone. All right. I promise I didn't do anything FBI, CIA, ISA, NSA. CISA, all the letter agencies, I promise, don't come door knocking. So you got Strava, you got coaching, I'm gonna build that out. Bad user experience there. All right, so let's go into it. This first area, so let's click out of here. Okay, what do I mean by that? I looked at this fella, I took a screenshot of him, and he's got this Kimmy K, and he said, "Hey, it's that." I go, 32,000 people are interested in Kimmy K3. Your boy's got a benchmark about it. How about I create my own benchmarks? My own benchmarks. You have a little fun with this. And then people say, "Charles, what do you got?" We got a custom domain name. It's your custom website. You get 5 hours of custom development every single month. You get all of the apps that I just talked about. You get better in life. And you get your boy in the community. I'm not this guy sitting around on a unicycle, juggling balls with a little monkey in a top hat behind me, okay? I may act like that, but at my age, I am seasoned. All right, so this top left area is about the ebooks. I'm going all in on the ebooks, by the way. Don't create your own benchmark. Please don't do it. Don't do it. We got enough benchmarks. Please. All right, so this is the best way to actually create a book. So there's a process. 15 chapters. Say 12 to 15 chapters. You do a lot of research. Here are the top books. Members can put in top books, a genre. I want to learn about this. Why do I say this, by the way? I just spent $15 on a book. I spent for the ebook, for the Kindle. I spent $17 for the audiobook because I'm dyslexic and I cannot read it fast. So I need somebody telling me at a faster speed, 2.5x speed, so I can read faster. And I can't just listen. I got to do both because your boy's special needs. Not really, but really. But that's how I retain stuff. So I said, I spent $35 on one book. I gave one author $35. Say Amazon takes 30%. So $9, $10 went to Amazon. $25 went to an author. The author has sold tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of books. Am I saying this is Shark Tank and I'm making up numbers? Yes. There's 10 million dogs in the United States. Every single one of them is going to eat my dog product, invest in my dog food. I hate when they say that. There's 59 million people that throw right-handed in baseball. I make lefty gloves. Hey, dum-dum, you got to get it out there. So your boy's got to become a marketer. Your boy's got to become a marketer. Simply pre-trained data set injections will happen. The way that I'm thinking about it, and obviously we have Smarty Pants, Banana Pants 101. This is the way I'm thinking about it, okay? Because every time one of these knuckleheads, and I'm one of them, knucklehead number 26, let's send out this. Because we got to make sure the audiobooks, the ebooks are good. Then I go into 11 Labs. It takes the PDF. By the way, 11 Labs, dude, they are unreal. Hey Gen, you want to see what Hey Gen produced yesterday? An absolute stunner for free. So I did my stupid little voice. Hey, how's it going? It's bubbly. Look at this fruitcake. Holy mackerel. Look at this guy. Imagine this guy rolling into your local bar. Hide your wives and children. Your kids are going to be like, this, Mom, can you marry this guy? He's cool. The wife goes, yeah, you're right. He's got a full head of hair. I would never show up to work in this. Anyone that wears hoodies needs to reevaluate their life. Look at that. Wrinkle-free. I got my Botox going on. Am I actually that thin on camera? What is up with hoodies? That's what I look like in college. All right. Anyway, so I didn't create anything. This created a video. Pick up where I left off. How do I get to my stupid thing that was created yesterday? The good news is that this is extremely easy to use. It did not use CDance 2.0 and it did not use Avatar 5, which is the absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. Okay, here we go. Listen to it. Listen to it. By the way, I'm Jewish in this video. Listen to how they say my name. To all my clients, I am too. Hold on. How do you turn off the music? All right.
Someone pay for this right now, even without the feature I'm about.
This is crazy. This isn't even CDance, and this is not even Avatar 5. Look at this.
Months building a high-tech coffin for an idea nobody actually wants to buy. That's 90 days of runway insanity down the drain, all because they skipped the one-question filter. Before you touch a single line of code, ask this. Will someone pay for this right now, even without the feature I'm about to build? I break down how to interpret their answer at Botenstein.com.
Botenstein.com. He has converted. Now, all my clients in New York City, they love it. This is the thing. Am I going to use that? No, because I went into YouTube and they said AI slop is getting demonetized. I said, all right, no more AI slop. Let's go into ebooks. So I went into ebooks. I went into 11 Labs. This place has a marketplace where they sell books. 11 Labs. And it's cheap. It's crazy. They have an actual audiobook area. Published to 11 Labs Reader. Actually, I should see what that looks like. So you just upload it, bang, you're right there. Maybe you make money, maybe you don't. I have no idea. We're in the ebook. All right. Which account is demand driving? Member requests? External? Yes, external. How should the 30 genres be covered over time? Round robin across all genres, weighted by demand strength. Cycle through 35 genres in a fixed rotation. Business habits, SaaS happiness. Yeah, let's go by that. Which branch should the spanning autopilot line publish under? Botenstein.com. All genres. Published under Botenstein.com. Yes, sir. Split between genre lenses. No. Everything's under Botenstein.com. All right. So this one is the Kindle app. To be honest, the Kindle app it's a Kindle Audible app. It needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work. This is how people stick around. Continuous value. You're hosting my website, fantastic. I'm using maybe the other features, fantastic. I get free Audible books. Boom, I'm sticking around. All right, now I gotta brag about the pricing page. So we gotta send that one out. The release build is compiling in the background. All right, so this is the IDE. Screw anyone that's against this. I'm a better coder than all of them combined. Why? Innovation. Thinking. Ideas. Ideation. Okay. I really want to use Kimmy, that's why. I want to have Fable as the orchestrator, Kimmy as the worker. But then I went into Claude and a bunch of other people and a couple other live streams were saying, you got to use the same model. You're using OpenAI, use that. Using Anthropic, use that. Using Kimmy, use that. You don't cross-reference. And I go, all right, fine. We got to be able to cross-reference. Botenstein.com is still sending me notifications. The release build is compiling in the background. Meanwhile, the Kimmy device code. All right, thank you for sharing that. All right, The B shot needs to be updated. Update to the latest version. I put that in yesterday. Check in for updates on the upper left right here. Check in for updates. Update to latest version. That should have been automated. Downloading, installing. Now it should be restarting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it said, all right. All right. Charles, don't do your own benches. This is what I was thinking with the benches, by the way. This is what I was thinking. You have a piece of prompt. It is the same prompt, and it is nearly impossible in the next 2 years for any single model to do everything. There's a front end, there's a back end, there's a database, there's a login, there's email management, there's just a complex front end, back end. Then maybe you have a complex game, whatever. It is the same prompt used for all of the models. I understand people are prompting it and then saying, what is the game? What is the front end? What is the back end? What is the app? But what if you used the same prompt? They all just blurt out different prompts. So how can you, anyway, I don't know, it's just rolling through my brain. Scope for the sandbox, yes. All right. We're creating a sandbox. We need people to be able to test this in a sandbox. By the way, I wish I had it up here. Whoa, why is this a thing? It's going banana hammocks. Benchmarks must be actual human created, not vibe coded, because the agent which vibe coded the benchmark will be the best at that benchmark. Hoodies were invented by construction workers in New York City. I would love to agree or not agree. You think the guys in 1935 that were hanging out eating lunch on top of the Empire State Building that built it literally in 18 months, and it's a stone building? It's not steel. Yes, there's steel, obviously, but it's a stone facade. Cut, limestone, brownstone, granite, cut, chiseled to make the Empire State Building when men were men. They were up there at 18 years old, slinging around, no harnesses, no helmets, work boots, nothing was on dongles. All right. You can make your own audiobooks for free, though. Check messages. Why would you listen to idiots? Yes, they can use different models. I like to listen to idiots. I hate listening to people that are smarter than me. That is the worst thing. I want to be the smartest person in the room. Gate cleared. All right, so this is the, this is the IDE. This is a pet project. This is a pet project. Now, this is a pet project. Continue with Claude code, even though it's just Claude. By the way, I was listening to CNBC. This guy gets up there. Who cares what political party he's from? Bunch of pundits, and he goes, well, I understand what the people are talking about. We got 4 areas in which the people have real concerns about AI. First is data centers. Data centers, they're concerned about the electricity and the water consumption of these data centers and the noise vibrations of these data centers. And number 2, it is the job displacement. 1 in 5 on government subsidies for their loans of college are in default or at least 18 months behind. Then he goes into number 3, it's just the overall uncertainty. Dude, shut up. Shut the zipper. Shut the pie hole. Shut the pie hole. I just sat there with some other guy after the workout, just listening to this guy. I want to know. I want to know with this guy who's 70 years old, probably worth about $10 million. In that moment, it made sense why people get elected. Because he talked about that, then he talked about Iran, then he talked about the state of the Democratic Party. Oh boy. Dude, you have an open weight model. Then another one drops Quen. Then I get news that literally a car, 50% of the cars in the UK that sold was a ripoff, I think, of a Land Rover. It's literally 3 times less than the Land Rover in the UK. And it's the best-selling car right now. Don't ask me the name of it, because they said it, and I don't know anything about Chinese cars. I just know they're 3 times less, and they're selling like hotcakes in the UK. The hell is the United States and Europe gonna do? Do I have to rant already? Do I literally have to rant already? Well, you know, I hear your concerns about the AI. This knucklehead then moves on to the Strait of Hormuz. I understand that people are, they're concerned about $4 a gasoline gallon and they can't fill up their... Hey, dum-dum. Dum-dum. Your pockets are big enough. Stop lining it. The thinking in the United States is, how do I make myself rich by getting into government? The Chinese government is saying, how do I make China rich? Let's steal everything and just produce it at 1/1000th of a cost. And as Alex of Moonshot said yesterday, what are these models spending their money on? What are they spending their money on? What is Sam and Dario doing? What are you doing? Alex from Moonshots literally hit it out of the park. I'm like Elon Musk, where my brain is here and my words are here. Did I just compare myself to Elon Musk as I sit in a box vibe coding by myself? What are you spending your money on? Well, we're making hardware, and OpenAI has a stupid hardware machine. Meanwhile, Quen and Kimmy K are literally just absolutely hitting bangers over the fence, and you're swinging at singles. Let's get some people on base first. The United States looks like Argentina in the World Cup. Embarrassing. All we're talking about, what was the conversation yesterday? My buddy sends me some stupid video. Well, what do you send? Do you understand? I just tweeted about this. All right? We got to go to my Twitter. Let's go to my Twitter. Says the guy who hated this. This is what I said. I probably has 4 views. Here we go. I got 8 views. The United States focus on innovation, not wars. Innovation on all fronts. What does that mean? Okay, GM and Ford literally said recently, one of the CEOs, I forgot which one, literally said recently they may be out of business. Why are they going to be out of business? Because of unions. Okay, so what's better? A company having unions and going out of business and now nobody has jobs? Or you have jobs and you don't have unions? We don't need unions. Destroy the unions. Okay? Automotive, gone. Manufacturing, non-existent. Energy, still on oil and gas. We have nuclear. That should be there. Screw solar. Public transportation, non-existent. Chips, non-existent. We're sitting out here Literally Tweedledum, Tweedledum on CNBC. Well, I understand your concerns and I just want to get elected. What is the state of the Democratic Party? Dude, what is the state of the government? What is the mental state of anyone in the government? All right, Charles, you got to put down your water and you got to stop blacking out. All right, let's get back into vibe coding. You install the Parallax plugin. You can't benchmark it because at a certain point in time, you'll pre-train your exact prompt into the model, so it's exactly basically benchmaxed. How is that possible? I was thinking the opposite. On the treadmill, I was thinking if someone wants to build what I built, and they're starting today, and I started with Opus 4.3.4.4, and then 4.5, and they're starting at Fable and 4.8, how would they not just blow my socks right off my feet? You know, it's literally the opposite of everything. The longer you're in real estate, the more relationships you have, the better you get. It's actually the opposite in AI. The AI is getting better, so it's actually better to wait in 10 years. What a stupid comment that was, Charles. All right. Confirmed, but how can you pre-train a model that is not on your own system unless it's literally thinking of, you have your own, you know, it's not, is it really gonna put it into a markdown file and remember that? Unless the servers know that it's connected to your account and then they just know what you're about, so the servers have memory. The other option is that where you're coding has the memory. It has the markdown files. See, right now you're talking in Swedish, okay? I look at it and I go, I love Swedish women, but they're too tall for me and I am not of caliber. Go date a Swedish man. He is full of hair and he's 6'2" and he rides a bike with no brakes. Granted, he works at a Danish shop making $15 an hour, but he looks like a prince. Anyway, all right, let's go over here. The drag and drop, this was really a pain in the butt. All right. The one guy that was vibe coding, he brought the heat, brought the entertainment, cursed way too much. And he said, GD. No, ain't doing that. You gotta repent. And well, all right, we'll stop there. Pull out the log in your own eye. All right, completed. Okay, so this was the okay, so this is the IDE. Okay. We need to continue creating this app. We are going to be using this on my Mac Studio, downloadable, put into my botenston.com/apps area where I can download it, or anyone can download it that has an Apple device or Apple computer. And it's going to be an IDE that connects in with any of the subscriptions that is allowed and out there. It's going to be customized interface to exactly the way that I want it, using the terminal. Within the interface, it's going to be a beautiful background, an area where I can add in music, customize the music, control the actual window sizes. This is a pet project. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I should really start recording AI videos because the amounts of you know the disinformation? I was going to post this on, look at this. You want to know how fake news? I should have posted this. Bunch of sissies over here. I didn't post it. Where are my photos? Look at this. Okay, let's see if that shows up. Let's get my OBS up. All right. Look at that. It says Miami. Look at this. Miami now more expensive than New York for first time. You see that and you go, Miami's more expensive than New York? And then I'm out to a dinner party, cocktail party, and then someone says, hey, Charles, you're in real estate of 17 years. You know the Miami market and you know New York City very well. I heard that Miami's more expensive than New York City. Oh, really? Did you happen to also read the second paragraph of that stupid article? Because it says, the Miami metro area. Do you know what metro means? Metro means city. The Miami city area is now pricier than Greater New York City. Do you know what Greater New York City means? That means the suburbs. So literally the headline says Miami is more expensive than New York. It doesn't say New York City, it says New York. So you think New York City. But really, the headline should say Miami City is now pricier than the New York suburbs. That's misinformation right there. That's what bothers me, because I then go into conversations with owners, and owners bring up an asinine amount of nonsense that say, well, I actually heard if you do a double backflip and you put the keyhole under the door and sweep your feet through the left under right, and then you watch the World Cup with your glasses on upside down, that you'll be able to sell my apartment for 35% over the asking price. Oh, really? Where'd you read that? Perplexity. Huh? Perplexity brought in 35 articles and came out with that nonsense? I almost said the B word, but we don't curse around here. New York's going nowhere. You got all these noodle influencers. Too many. All right. Did we do complete testing of every single feature and button and option that I have access to? This is extremely important because we are about to have a meeting with shareholders and our board of directors, and they need this to be at elite premier levels for us to launch this publicly. Make sure you do all testing. I am not going to actually re-download this until you come back and you say there are 0 mistakes or bugs in this. Send that out. Connects with any subscription that is allowed. CLI's version 1 actually support. Claude only for now. All right, customization layer. How big of a slice of V1? Next pass? No, build it all together. What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? What am I, a politician? What am I on CNBC saying? Oh, you know, the 4 things that people really care about, because we had a incredible, we had people come in and talk about what they really care about data centers. So we know the top 4. You know, it was a test group. It was a focus group. I don't know if you've ever heard of focus groups, but you know. I can't personally drive a Don't ever tell me you can't do anything. That is for losers. You can do whatever you want when you put your mind to it. Figure out a way. What kind of nonsense was that? All right, let's go into what we also want to build. Should we also go into the news? Botenstein. Does that look like Botenstein to you? I get it a lot, so I don't care. Look at this fella. He looks like he plays the guitar in Grand Central. Look at that watch. That doesn't look like a Garmin Enduro to me. By the way, I brought up the triathlon calculator. For me to beat what I did in St. George at the North American Championships, I gotta be biking and running pretty hard. I gotta bike and run pretty hard. For 13 miles on the run, 13.1. That 0.1 gets you. You see the finish line and you're like, just another 2 minutes. Just another 2 minutes. It's a long 2 minutes. So essentially, this is what I'm also thinking. I want to open it up to you guys. I want to open up everything to you guys. And you go in there and you just start taking a sledgehammer to a glass house and you just start saying, Charles, this sucks. This sucks. All this sucks. And by the way, yeah, I know I can get, there already is a free Audible book, but the problem is that YouTube flagged it. And we don't like YouTube flagging it. By the way, I don't know what kind of cover art this is. I don't know. Looks a little, we won't drop the M word, but little M wordy. All right. This also needs to be cleaned up. This needs to be cleaned up. This is an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. We also need to be able to arrange this. Looks a little janky when you arrange it. Very janky. Very janky. Jank, we got the janksters over here. What is my goal, by the way? What is my goal? I thought about it. I bring on 10 people who I know, connect their URL to here. I also want to go into Botan.2. Botan.2. Botan.2 is going to be the full suite of everything, as if it were and I was thinking of doing a showcase. Let's do the showcase up here. Let's do the showcase. Should I do the showcase up here? I was also upgrading this yesterday.
Most founders spend 40 grand.
I don't know.
You don't need investors. You need sales. Most founders, you don't have a traffic model. You have no system.
I could see this honestly being, whoa. I don't have 3 hearts, 3 fires. All right, let's go into the showcase. Let's go into what I was gonna build. By the way, someone yesterday, I was actually watching it. They had an amazing chat with a free, I think it was it Gemini? It was either Gemini or OpenAI. And it was a very good chat for, what I'm thinking is putting in a coach. Because I did this yesterday. I went in here and I said, okay, not Workspace, but Life OS. I go into my Life OS and I say, all right, I worked out today. I did not journal. I said my rosary. And then the nice to haves are these guys. You know, I have the nice to haves and then I have the daily musts. Musts and nice to have. Let's do that right now. Enough narky. Why is Streaks not up here? Streaks does not have its own thing. Does Trackers? Trackers does not either. Huh. Interesting. All right. We gotta bring this down here. We gotta bring this down here. All right. This is our next build. Are you on Fable? Oh, a boy comes in here. By the way, out of nowhere, look at my usage. This is Tuesday. I'm up to 50%. I used Fable yesterday for a little bit. Dude, I used 1/4 of my Fable, and then that blew 50% within a day. I was at 40% and probably 7% today, and I did a little this morning. So that's what teed me off. I almost said the P word. We don't do that anymore. We act like gentlemen around here. Gentlemen, I hear you. There used to be a bar. It's still around. McSorley's. They literally did not allow women in the bar until like, I think the 50s or the 60s or the 70s. It was like within the last 50 years or something. Cash only. Cash only. So we're gentlemen around here. All right. We're not going to do 11 labs. Let's do that. Let's do a brainstorm because we got to add in showcase. We got to add in the showcase. Fable's good. It's just not worth it. You know, I get an email and it says Max plans and Teams are the only ones allowed on Fable. No one else. So it says it right here. Fable's now part of your Max plan. That's cool, but if Kimmy K, it's funny, the 70-year-old on CNBC. Okay, let's go into the desktop app. Dude, I get so many emails, or I'm sorry, so many calls every single day. All right. This is part of, I just said, listen, go into Bridgeface and see what features he has, because that guy built it out a while ago. Essentially what I would want is, wow, I just thought of this now. The IDE literally has an area up here where it has your today. It has your today. All right, where am I? It has your today. Then you can have music playing. Who's to say we don't have a music library? By the way, I listened to Christian metal music today. My gosh, dude. It was actually, I couldn't understand the words, so I trusted that they were saying righteous things, but it was good. I was deep in the pit of, 8 speed at 1x or one incline, whatever. It's not at 0, it's at 1. Soon I'll have to go up to 1.5 and then 2. But it was metal. It was metal. I was like, I need more of this. But who's to say? And then you have, okay, what are the goals for today? What's my to-do? What are the goals for today? Instead of me switching around, wow, let's do that. Okay, I don't want to get excited. Okay. So I'm going to put in that. All right, I'm going to put in that. That was like 10:30, Claude, me like with my eyes bleeding out, exhausted, waking up at 5 a.m.
How do I get a IDE that's customizable to my...
All right, the other conversations, proposals, lectures are actually different from the... I want it where I really thought about it. How is it impossible to have an IDE? You say you have 5 or 4 Opus, Kimmy K's, whatever. You have 5 orchestrators, 4 orchestrators going. How do they not be able to talk to each other in an IDE? That did not make sense to me. Say there's 4 people. There's a COO, a CTO, a CIO. So you have the technology, you have the operations, you have the investment, and then marketing officer. They're all talking to each other. They're not like, oh, this guy's going to be selling Apple. This guy's going to be selling Windows. No, they're all talking to each other. And then I'm the CEO. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, let's see. It was on YouTube Music. It was under my... the guy's name is... Well, I don't want to get a... it's under Holy Name. It was good. It's only 7 tracks, though. You can't really bang out to it much. And then the other one, I think, was Catholic metal bands. That was 14 tracks. I think they're probably Orthodox, to be honest. They're probably not Catholic. Catholics are soft. Bunch of softies. I'm just going to throw out something being completely ignorant to the space. Why would I not be able to have 4 orchestrators that are essentially talking to each other? In other words, Charles as the admin, me, I am the admin, I am the CEO, and I have 4 or 5 C-suite people below me, say a CMO, CIO, COO, CFO, CTO. They're all going to be talking to each other. Why would we not be able to have, say, any of those C-suite orchestrators talking to each other to make sure they're not running into each other while they give out to the workers below them the coding they need to do? I don't understand how that's not possible. Let's build it out thinking that all things are possible, that we live in a world of endless possibilities. I don't want to be sidelined or cornered or boxed in. We have no box. All right, Charles, take it easy. Take it easy. All right, send that one out. All right, so this is the Kindle. I definitely want to do a Kindle and Audible. I might do that now. You know what? I might just do that now. You know what? I'm just going to tell this. Make sure that you do a complete PWA pass on the app. That's where we had most of our problems and bugs and issues and complaints on the PWA app. Also, one of the biggest things that we've noticed is a complete misalignment from the Audible book, the audio book, to the actual e-reader and the highlighting of the text. Make sure you go into every single button, line item, feature, menu option on the PWA app. That is where 100% of the users use it. Very important that we do that. Do a complete test and visualization of that. Very important. Okay, so before we close that out, before we work on this, you know what we're gonna do? We gotta add in streaks and mood. Also, I don't like this. This is very customized to me. I don't like that. It goes to, yeah, absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. All right, let's bring up a chat. Let's bring up a chat. Let's get you out of here. There was some, I did catch some words on that metal though. That was good. If they said it on Twitter, there might be a firestorm. All right, let's go over here. Nope. Bookmark added. No. B-shot. Let's get you out of here. All right, let's go over. Yeah, absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. It still does not drag and drop. Still does not drag and drop. All right, let's go into B-shot because this is not. Update to the latest. All right, so clearly it's in the latest. Clearly it's in the latest. Check for, you're on the latest build. We might need Fable on this. We're bringing in Fable. We're bringing in Fable. Fable, blow through my tokens. We'll do Fable for this, and we'll do it on medium. Okay, medium. Let's do Opus on this. Should I do Sonnet? No, let's do Opus on, let's do medium on this as well. Okay. All right, so this is this guy. This guy just needs to, this needs to just work. That's really what it comes down to. This guy just needs to work. And then this guy also needs to work. And it does not bring in the streaks. Let's take a screenshot of this. Does not bring in the streaks. Let's do this. Let's bring it up. I also want to build out a Riverside. I had a Riverside and it went poof. It went poof. In that area, that's going to be another app because I created this. I think this is going to be my This is going to be my marketing style. You know how you have diarrhea, the CEO, and he carries around the microphone?
And he goes, well, I'm an absolute billionaire, and I signed a contract that has put me in the right kind of rooms that Charles would never sign that contract because he just doesn't sign those contracts.
I saw a video yesterday of following around a VC fund. I don't know if they're moral, they're ethical, but the way that they followed around, I was very close to being like Osmo Pocket 3 and walking around and going like this and doing selfie mode, posting it on Instagram. Charles, why don't you do it instead of just talking about it? So this was the whole test. The problem is I needed to be connected to my laptop. Go to Boneston, click on bugs, it doesn't work. Bugs does not work. Uh-oh. I did connect a area to bugs. What I need you to do is an extreme test and visualizing and pass, actually pressing every single button. I am still unable to take a screenshot and drop it onto a document. I'm still unable to actually take the screenshot and drop it into a VS Code chat. This is extremely important that every single item within this app is updated and works. Right now, none of it works. Tons of bugs all over the place, too many. I want deep thinking, deep testing, deep visualizing, deep using on every single area, making sure we pass 100 out of 100 tests. Extremely important that we get involved in making sure that this is downloadable and usable for every single person that puts it onto their computer. Right now, it is unusable on taking screenshots or multiple screenshots or moving the screenshots around. There also needs to be a way that I can easily minimize it, not to the toolbar, but to the side left or right screen, and open it and then drag it onto any interface that I want. The bugs. All right. I should say deep thinking, not keep thinking, deep thinking. In the prompt. All right, let me also, before I look at the bugs, let's go over here. All right, let's go over here. Now we got to talk about the today. That's this guy right here. All right, then we'll go into the bugs. We'll go over there, probably just use Sonnet for that. So now we got everything. We got Fable, we got Opus, we got Sonnet. All right. What I want you to do is create a tab at the top that is called Streaks. Streaks is going to be divided into 2 areas as of now that can be edited to different names. The 2 areas and the 2 categories are musts and nice to record or nice to have, something along those lines. I hate what I just said on that actual labeling, so think of something better. But essentially, there's things that I need to do every single day, and then there's things that are nice that I record it. That needs to be a tabbed option. When I press streaks and the all, that doesn't go anywhere. The same thing with trackers. When I press the trackers all, that doesn't go anywhere. That needs to go to a tab where I am actually adding a tracker on what I desire, and also the trackers show how long I have been having a streak for. So if I've been working out for X amount of days, it's put into the trackers. I could also have custom trackers as well. The Ironman 70.3 New York is extremely customized to me. It also looks like crap when I press on that link and expands out. I don't need something that's customized to me when we're rolling this out to hundreds and thousands of people that are going to be having their own races. And also, they may not have their base, build, peak, taper, and race options. The options for this week, where it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, along with the full plan, is a absolute disaster for the user experience, user interface. Also having the arrange option, drag and drop, when I press the arrange and the drag and drop, is brutal and awful. There needs to be a complete UI and UX design proposal done as a project manager, where you are the lead, you are the hero, you are the guide in making sure that this is much more attractive, easily viewable for anyone who wants to keep track of the most important things for today. They also have the option to show or not show on the today based on the arrange, where there is an eyeball, and if they press the eyeball and it has an eyeball with an X through it or a slash and it grays out, that means it's not visible. When they click it and there's no slash and it's a bright eyeball, that means it's actually visible. Make sure that the mood, the sleep, the to-do, the checklist, the journal, all of it is being brought in dynamically and automatically from the tabbed areas. And also they can customize it with their own docs and drive. All right, let's send that out. That was a big one. All right. Logged you off. What's going on? Let's go into community. Let's go into bugs. Yeah, Botenston.com. It goes to Botenston.com. I just don't know. Botenston.com is at my username level. Yeah, you mouse over the face. Whoops. You mouse over the face, and then you get that. Mark Miller wanted Botenston.com. All right. We could do that. We'll have to move Botenston.com somewhere else. Who cares about that? Actually, you're right. Down at the bottom left, you have Botenston.com and the profile picture. The profile picture, make sure it's synced to that user's profile picture, and then have their username right there at the bottom left instead of Botenston.com. All right, that's easy. I think we already did that, so we'll put completed on that. I also want to, well, that's a great little bugaboo. Look at that. Look at that. When it minimizes. All right, we could even use Sonnet for that as well. That's easy. Yeah, let's do Sonnet. Let's be a little conscious about my 50% used in 2 days when I have an entire day that I'm gonna be going smack against the wall.
Everybody, here's my B bench. It's gonna be a benchmark of Halo. We're gonna be building out GTA 6. We're gonna be building GTA 6. Does anyone want to get involved in GTA 6? Which is actually kind of funny because GTA 6 is the most sinful game that you can ever have. Just think about what it's done. You don't think the intelligence... All right, Charles. Stop getting into conspiracies. There's no intelligence agencies involved. It's all for beneficial uses of the people. Yeah, okay. Rockstar Games? Yeah, okay. All right. Allegedly, my opinion. Here we go. When I am on any of the menu options and I minimize the menu on the left side, you can see that the menu thinks it still is expanded. This is vitally important that as the menu options expand or
collapse that the highlighted blue area does not remain like it's expanded. It has to go with the actual expansion or collapse the menu. If it collapses, then the blue clearly disappears. All right. I was excited to get my own benchmarks going. Gotta pop my balloon. I see what you're doing. Well, Charles, if you, I want to build this. I want to build that. But these things, this is fable worthy. I'm thinking of getting 2 subscriptions. I also need a offer on one of these apartments. That'd be really nice so I can continue doing what I'm doing. All right. Also the coach. So this is what I was thinking of, called B-Bench. 32,000 people watched that. You know, how do they not? How do they have a objective point of view? You know? So we could just fork, oh my gosh, open code. You know what I was thinking of doing was, because people were like, oh yeah, no, I would love to have, I was listening to the guy with the hair, living with his girlfriend. I actually thought about it. I have 17 women I have not talked to on Hinge. Am I on Hinge? Yeah. On Hinge to go on a date. That's really bad. That's really bad. That's like not cool, to be honest. It's like, why even on there? I deleted the league. I was like, if I can't filter, then you're not able to provide me what I want. You know? Someone's using internet speak. The way in which, correct me where I'm wrong, because I'm very humble and unconfident. That's not even a word, is it? Unconfident, inconfident, unconfident, not confident. I am confident, but I'm just very humble. Prove me where I'm wrong. You have the new model that comes out, and you have a very challenging prompt that is used, say, for that 6-month period of time. And then you can see those 6 months of AI models and what they produced with the same prompt. I don't know why that's bad, because when you prompt it differently, isn't that where the subjectivity, like you're in a good mood and then you expand upon the game? You're in a bad mood and you kind of just give the bare minimum. And then the game goes, all right, and it produces crap. Like if it produces a black screen and you can't move, that's different. If it produces Botenston.com AI slop from OpenRouter, that's different. Are you training the model based on your account? You know, I guess that's the question. I've hit a real structural wall. Not laziness. The session cannot get... I do a full... No. Create a detailed spec markdown file. Give me the URL at the end of it on the exact wall, the problem and potential solution that you have. This is extremely important. I'm going to put into another chat. Don't give me an extremely long prompt, but make the markdown file enough so the other chat knows exactly the wall you're hitting. All right. My ignorance is actually a gift. I was thinking about it. I did an Ironman in Connecticut, and it was the first 70.3. It actually wasn't a full 70.3 because the swim is only about 700, 800, 900 meters. But on the run, it was hilly. On the bike, I almost crashed. There was a bunch of people that went to the hospital in an ambulance, through an ambulance because of crashing and hitting side posts and getting hit by cars. And that was the first and last time they had the race. It was very dangerous. It was open roads. It was crazy. But it was a great course, if it was closed course. And my ignorance, I just ran. I did a number 2 halfway through the run, half the run. That's obviously a little too much information. But my ignorance going into vibe coding, why are you giving me a artifact? Is this how they're giving markdown files now? That's weird. All right. That's weird. I guess I'll give it to Fable. Why are they doing that? I guess I see the positive in it. Okay. This is the Kindle. Okay, so thank you for your service. You're gone, and so is your screenshot. Now we need to B-shot. Redesign the streaks and tracks, testing, debugging on the app. This is it, right? Yeah. Is this Fable? Yeah, okay. This was from another chat. Take it or leave it. They were also saying this on Moonshots. If you're a scientist, you expect certain calculations to go the same. Say you're a physicist. You expect the same dark matter. You can't see dark matter, you can't measure dark matter, but you know dark matter is there. But what if someone comes up with an alternate explanation to dark matter? Well, now your job's at risk, and you're gonna fight that. And that's essentially what these institutions are doing. These massive institutions that are just going along with the same molasses way, taking in your 100K tuition to go to NYU to get a nonsense degree. My ignorance is actually good. Why not? Why do I need a work tree? Just have 4 or 5 very brilliant models just not collide into each other. With orchestration that, who's to say that Bridgeface, that's not what he built in? Because people ask him all the time, how do you have so many agents running in and you're not colliding? He never gives a straight answer. Maybe he built it in. I have no idea. That's the way I look at it. Like it or not, open code, okay, or use the Phi agent. Hi, agent, it's great, but gonna need a UI overlay. No, it just gave you an artifact because you told it to write into memory. It should always provide you, instead of a markdown file, it's always giving me specs through a markdown file. Okay, so this is the bottom left. Let's get this out of here. I don't hate anything, but all right, let's refresh. All right. You know what? When I mouse over, make sure the app works as well. And when I mouse over, make the username one font larger, and when I mouse over it, it also is the mouse over of the profile image. And also make sure the get the app, which is above it, downloads the PWA app. And if they have it, then it's not there, because that would be a waste of people's. Nope. We're not talking about why. The orchestration prompt I sent you in the messages, basically how it's made. But he just monetized it. Yeah, no, we're not doing this now. We are not doing this now. We are not doing this now, buddy. This is not what we're doing. We are not doing that right now. Once it happens once, it's going to start happening. All right, this is the highlight of the menu. So when I'm in bugs, this is what happened when bugs. I go like that, still there. Still there. Did you actually commit this or no? Because it is still a bug where I go to bugs, I'm in the bugs page, and then I minimize the community menu option, and then the blue highlight over the bugs is still there sitting in purgatory. Test to make sure this is working before I come back to you, because we don't ship things that are not of quality. Look at that, hit 50% in 2 days. Yet I'm to believe, because Claude told me that 50% usage or more. So now we got to go back to 2 Claudes. And to be honest, I think I'm using the 2 Claudes. One of them is going to be for Fable. One of them's going to be for Fable. All right, let's get these original OGs out of here. Design a okay, so this is the IDE. To build this for real, you need 5 C-suite orchestrators actually be working on, coordinating around. Will the 5 orchestrators actually be working, coordinating around? Which repos? Keep it agnostic, yes. Yeah, what a stupid question that was. Charles, that's not nobody has stupid questions. Everyone's got smart questions. Everyone's just the smart little smarty pants with smartness. Next autopilot tick will auto refill its own queue. Do deep thinking into the actual 20 to 30 genres that are most desired by ebook and audiobook users. I just gave you examples. I don't want you to use me as the end-all be-all. You are the leader, guide, hero, journey, project manager. Deep thinking before you actually lock in anything. Don't give it to me on what the genres and the most desired are, but it's vitally important that you actually do research on Amazon book, nonfiction, personal development, business, habits, happiness, coding, all that. I'm just blurting out a bunch of nonsensical, basic genres. All right. This is the way I see it. You log in, you got your dashboard. Yesterday I said cockpit when I was by myself. You got your cockpit. You log in for that day, you got your cockpit. How's my health? How's my wealth? How's my happiness? How's my relationships? All right, there's my cockpit. I did my workout. What are the to-do lists for today? What are the top 3 things? That was my first video. My first YouTube video ever was get things done. Get things done. Here you go. You got Bridge Mind. Love the guy, but if he wants to get to 1 million, he's still at 248. If he wants to get to 1 million, he has to do what I'm doing, which is building out more things that more people will want. That's the only way. By the way, they had doping tests in, by the way, what's his name had a crash. Was it, who was it? Crashed and is out of the race. Not, was it MVP? Man, that sucks for him. Imagine waiting the whole year and then you crash out on a, you know, this is the guy I was talking about. This, I saw this and I said, who's to say, look at this. On the left side, you have the main code. On the right side, you have the weather, to-do list, workout, habits. Then you move down here. You got your music. Maybe you got your email, your inbox. And all of this, whoops, I just pressed to watch it. All of this, guess where it is? Your Life OS. That's this area. You pick and choose which of these is on your IDE. Like, I had a great workout yesterday, great workout today. My sleep score sucks, but my HRV is very good. My HRV is very good. Maybe people don't know what HRV is like me. I know it's heart rate variability, and the more variability, the better, because otherwise, if it's flatlined, you're dead. But maybe you have a little box up here, and we'll call it B. You know, B as in Botenston. B, you click that. It knows your wealth, your training, your streaks, your docs, your business, knows everything about you. And you go, like today, I wanted to just talk into my watch and say, add to my to-do list to look up an office space that I can rent out for the day so I don't have to set up every single day with a stupid Osmo camera that breaks on me and I got this janky setup like I'm a hooligan. You know, I also have down here, I have things, I need USB-C cords. I need a USB-C light. I need to sell my headphones. I need to look at, that is the end all be all. Charles, can you build an app that has an e-sign signature? Boom, right there. Charles, I want to listen to an audiobook about blah, blah, blah. Give me $15. I make no money from it. Here it is. Dude, shoot for the long game. The crappy thing is, when you're in my space right now, it's really hard to be optimistic on not having your own office space. Because with your own office space, you could yell, you got microphones, you got cameras, everything is hardwired. It's just, it's, you know, I got neighbors. And they're politically correct. And by politically correct doesn't mean I'm politically incorrect, but let's be honest, if I had my own space and I'm out in the wilderness, I'm in the middle of the Appalachian with Bigfoot, and I got my specialized roadie bike to my right, I got my Element, by the way, probably signed a contract because I just saw them on the subway. They wrapped the whole subway, which means they did the wrapper, not with a W, but R-A-P-P-E-R, they did the contract. That's how you know. If you go big time like that, you do a subway and you wrap the whole subway car, you just entered a room that your life will never be the same. Anyway. All right, so this is shipped this. Let's do a refresh. Okay, so it's a mouse over. Did you commit this or not? Sync the user profile. When I mouse over the username, it still does not bring up the profile as if I moused over the profile photo. And also make sure the get the app actually works. Focus on both of those. Stop coming back and saying it's committed when it's not. The thing is, I got to start using it more. Like the checklist, I have a checklist I need to do every single week. I need to book my swims. I got to get my protein shake the night before. I got to get my swim gear out or my run gear out or my bike gear out the night before. I got to get my suit ready. I got to pack it away in the bag. I got to make sure that these headphones are charged. I got to make sure that the microphone that I use is charged. It's up here. I gotta buy a new freaking dongle for my stupid Osmo camera because that thing broke. Don't tell me you just did that again. You just did that again? All right, Charles, do not get mad. Do not get mad. All right, this is the last time. You're doing that, and then we're not thanking you for your service. You're not getting a parade. You're not getting a button. Nobody's gonna be on the plane saying thank you for going to Korea, which always thank them because they were more masculine than you. Dude, serving in Korea? Or like my uncle in Vietnam? Yeah, let's just say the real drag and drop fix. This was for the, this is for a chat, leave it. This is for the B shot. Okay. If it misbehaves, what is it, my child? Don't ever say misbehaves. Did you commit everything and make sure that when I go into B shot and I click open that it automatically installs the newest version just like it does in Discord? This is very important. I also have to look at my articles. Too many are being produced. Articles with video. I might pull back on the video, which is shorts. So this is B shot. So in other words, when I go into B shot and I go up here and I go into settings, it should automatically, like I'm in Discord. Let's click out of it. Let's delete out of it. Let's go into B shot. I'm actually pretty excited about IDE. Like, right now, this place is a disaster. I got Perplexity open in the background. I got Riverside, I got YouTube, I got 11 Labs, I got a bunch of tabs open for Brave. Then I got a bunch of chats. All right, am I in the latest version? So I am in the latest version. 7.18. I think it's higher than that right now. Downgrade application? No. Stupid. All right, let's go to the other chats. Check the feed. Check the feed. All right. This is for the ebook. The research shows that self-religion, no, we're not doing religion, are documented winners, but true crime, ugh. True crime? No. No, we're focused on nonfiction, personal development, personal help, self-development, self-help, habits, business, making money, health, wealth, love, happiness, being content, relationships, business relationships, referrals. Like, do I have to literally go to Amazon for you? Amazon, self-help, and business charts. Bestsellers, self-help. We'll do that. Sexual instruction. That's really a abuse? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Categories. Business and money. There we go. Yeah, let's just do business and money. Everything else is a bunch of nonsense. Holy cow. Abuse? Ugh. All right. This is actually something I want to read this book, Unreasonable Hospitality. That's been in my playlist for a while. I'm actually gonna read that. Bill Perkins, isn't this the guy that was friends with Dan Bilzerian? Bill Perkins? How do you make his money? By the way, this is one of the best books. I read this 3 times in actual book format. I looked up James Clear. He has yet to write another book after this. Like, how do you go from 4.8 stars at 149,000 stars? are reviews. That's insane. That's more than Dale Carnegie, and Dale Carnegie came out like 100 years ago. That's insane. This book is great too. Terrible. Terrible. Go back with the old school one. This is stupid. Who thought of that as that's like my 5-year-old child that I don't even have thought of that. Stupid. Who won this? This is like an art fair for teenagers. We're gonna have a Dale Carnegie. Whoever wins it is gonna be the that's a good title right there. And then most of them are just nonsense. Wow, Walter Isaacson did Benjamin Franklin? Most of them are nonsense. Like Dave Ramsey, probably nonsense. This guy I heard actually was good. Influence was actually good. Robert Cialdini, however you say it. Dare to Lead, I think that's Brené Brown. Yep, Brené Brown. Now you're gonna have a lot of this. Now you're gonna have a lot of AI written by AI. It'll be interesting. Then you got Alex Hormozy. People swear by this book. I don't know. I'm not a fan of him, but I would rather listen to this guy, Simon Sinek, than, Simon Sinek gives me more of a intellectual foundation. And to be honest, after he did his interview with Tony Robbins before his kid was announced, everything was about money and more accumulation and bigger business. That's a dark hole that Tony Robbins talked about that all of his buddies went down that is impossible to get out of. Shekels is impossible to get out of that. All right, let's go over here. Let's just take a screenshot of this. Let's go over here. Yeah. Slop zone handling. Exclude flooded niches from the roster in time. Don't even. Foraging mushroom guides. Generic AI books. I gotta take a shower after reading that. Shut up. This is Fable? Oh, it's Sonnet. All right. All right. Sonnet's in the back of the room. Got Fable in the front row, and you got a couple of rows of Opus, and then you got Sonnet in the background. I got you. But don't ever bring that up again. Don't ever bring that up again. Navigate. Can you navigate to this page? Can you navigate to this page? Right here. Just, I don't even want to, can you? Navigate to this page. Actually, yeah, what are the top 10 business books? Let's see the top 10 selling. Actually, these are excellent titles. I'm actually going to steal this for my videos. I'm sorry, for my articles. Brilliant. Brilliant. They got to have top 10. New releases? No. Oh, they have Kindle Unlimited? By the way, they make so much money on subscriptions. I have an Audible subscription. I think I have a Kindle Unlimited. I have a Prime. I think you have to pay for Amazon Music. They are subscription out of the wazoo. Where are the top 10 though? Where are the top 10? Am I not seeing Shop Books? Am I not seeing this? Huh. All right. Yeah, I started adding, look at my cart. Lights. USB-C lights. Memberships? I don't care about it. Amazon bestsellers? Business and money, that's what I'm on. Visionary? Brilliant. I don't know about this book, but that was a great book by, you have the Visionary and you have the Integrator. Man, I got to get back into reading 2 books a week. 2 books a week. We gotta go! You know, there's a place on Long Island called Quag. Anytime I see that, I just think of Quag. Yeah, who's to say that Native Americans were not named Long Island towns? All of Long Island is a town. Ronkonkoma, Quag, Montauk, Mineola, Massapequa, all Suffolk, all of it was named after Native Americans. Every single town on Long Island was named after Native Americans. Quag. It's funny when they go to people that are new to New York and they're like, how do you say this? And they're like, Mazziquaya? They're like, nope, Massapequa. They actually have cool names. Imagine naming your kid Massapequa. Let's go right here. All right, overhaul the Kindle. Sessions merged. All right, let's get out of it. The misalignment. It was 2 separate bugs stacked. So this was the Kindle overhaul. Okay. So you give a complete green light on the PWA app in that not one person will have any single complaint, that they will be able to go and navigate to the book store and be able to download offline any ebook and audiobook and have it completely synced while reading the ebook and listening to the same audiobook. That's very important because I started listening to it. I'm not going to put it out there unless I've listened to it. And it was really good. Because we've all been there. It's 4 a.m. You get really jazzed up. You're motivated. It's dark out. Nobody's on the road. This is happening to me today. Then tomorrow rolls around and your body says, nah, just stay in bed. Just stay in bed. It's not that big of a deal. And then you do. Like today, the workout said, light stretching, day off. It's Tuesday. We don't take days off on Tuesday. Maybe it's a Friday we take a day off because we're going to have a long bike on a Saturday and a long run on a Sunday. We're not taking days off on Tuesday. We're doing intervals. We're doing 10 1-minute sprint intervals. 1 minute on, 2 minutes off. 1 minute on, 2 minutes off. And it's not going to be at 0, it's going to be at 1. All right, create. Okay, so this is this section. We got to overhaul the Botenston website. That's for the pricing. So it adds everything in. All right, we're starting a new chat because this sucks. And we're going to call it Showcase. And we're going to steal everything from Why Is This a Thing? All of his GitHubs. We're going to put it out like it's under Botenston.com. All right, so this guy said, verified green this. No, I won't satisfy, have a complaint. Because that would violate the never lie. Good, we don't lie around here. Verified green. If there's anything that a real 78 download completed, okay, good. 39,000 words. Okay, good. It cannot prove. Okay. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a PWA screenshots from B-Books? I don't know. B-Book sounds a little corny. Thank you for your service. You're done. Create a section. I think you're done too. You're adding no value to my life right now. Hold on. Sign books. Community mostly works, but I noticed the demo banner in preview not live. So essentially the way that I'm going to do the books is on the CB Vlogs channel, I'm going to put out 50% of the ebook or even a quarter of the ebook. and we're going to have free members, and they can listen to a quarter of the ebook, and if they want more, then they become a full member. It's essentially what Amazon was before Amazon started charging for every single thing. They were, music is free, videos are free. Now we added in videos. I'm sorry, ads. Now we added in a separate area. Now the monthly is going up. Now if you want music, you got to pay for that. Now if you want books, you got to pay for that. It's like, what happened to everything for free? All right, gate cleared, dark mode passed. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do it right now. In one sentence, explain what you just did. I'm not picking up what you're putting down, buddy. All right, so this is the IDE. Still unmerged. So is this ready to start building, or are we twiddling our thumbs waiting for someone to say approve the build and start building? This needs to go into botenston.com/apps so I can download it, start playing around with it. But it also needs to make sure that it is a complete spec that is built in one shot by Fable. It should be built by Kimmy. And okay, you can visit Botenston pricing. All right, so it has all the pricing. And to be honest, I don't like the word pricing. It should be called like what you get or something. What's included. Log in. All right, let's just fix this now because this has been bothering me. Okay, remove. Let's do this now. You can obviously see that I'm logged into the community, and the community on the right side shows that. If I'm not logged in, then it shows log in. If it shows and I am logged in, then login does not show in the menu. Pretty easy. Start a build. I do not like that unless it's a upgraded Premier Elite onboarding experience for someone who is actually looking to start their own build. And if so, that needs to be a highlighted pill on the right side that is obvious for anyone that is logged in or logged out. In other words, that is the highlight. I also don't like the word pricing. Pricing is very 2005. We need a better word, a more enticing word that people who are non-members see this. We also are going to be adding a page. You know what? No, we're going to do showcase in another showcase page where it's going to be a complete sandbox. All right, so it's saying that that's updated. Okay, so this is the My Streaks area. This is the, okay. So it's saying that the Streaks area is good. It's better. There's just too much. There we go. There we go. And let's start at the bottom. Let's see. Sleep, number 1. How do we make this better? I don't like having, this training module right here still is bothering me. The voice capture is something that I was actually going to buy yesterday. It was an AI capture device that goes around your wrist and you actually talk into it, and then it's captured and put into the docs area as a new dock known as the notes area. I was thinking of also a quick note because I want to, I take so many notes and I just need a quick note. Like, I want to look up, oh, streaks and trackers. That's new. That's new. All right, 24-hour fast. Nice to have. Gallon, that's not required. Not required. Church is not required. All right, we'll say that. Let's see if it actually updates on the today. Yeah, it did not update on the today. It's also a different color. Oh, that's an interesting, let's see, if I go to Drive, is that not a different color? No, it's the same color. All right. Yeah. All right, so we'll take this. We also need to update the actual Today tab that automatically categorizes each of the streaks into the 2 different categories. And obviously, when you make a new streak, it has which of the categories it goes into. And the trackers is automatically pulling in all of the streaks that are more than 1 day in a beautiful design. Also, the streaks page is way too large. They must be 50% less in size and multiple columns instead of multiple rows. I got that from Why Is This a Thing?
Charles, what you should do is make sure that it's under a multiple columns instead of multiple rows.
Sync the user profile. Okay. Let's go. That looks like absolute dog. Dog eat dog. Why would you center it? Like, where would that come from? The pits of hell. All right, Charles. Make the alignment for the text left and not center. Why even do that? All right, so B-Shot should be updated. This is the last time I'm working on B-Shot live, because this is definitely something that I want to be. All right, let's go to settings. Check for updates. You're on the latest build. It still says 7.81. So 7.81 is the latest? All right, let's try it. All right, so it goes down there. All right, so that's good. So that would probably draw it into. We got our first win of the day, boys. First win of the day. Who's to say B-Shot is now not in the IDE? Who's to say the IDE is not now everything in your life? Boys and girls. Oh my gosh. This claw thing. This claw thing gave me a freaking error. Oh, I can't even. Where's Mark? Mark, you better be on top of at least a 2-story build. At least a 2-story build. If you're below a 2-story build, we're not friends anymore. Just cut these. Better be metal. What is that for?
I'm just fabricating some metal. What are you doing, Charles? I would like to have E9 and E8. They're going to be, put the male into the female side. Well, at least we still have manufacturing in the United States. Look at that. In the shop, is it raining? By the way, the humidity in New York City, I came out of the gym today, it was like 78. I walked directly into a steam room. Going into the gym, it was 60 degrees. Perfect temperature. I come out of the gym, sauna. Sauna. By the way, terrible. What are these articles? What are we doing? What are we doing? What was that for? Well, we got our first win of the day. Oh yeah, no, that's what I did. First win of the day, boys. Oh, looks good actually. And then if you expand it, does that, yep, it collapses. I don't like, that doesn't actually, it's not responsive. You know what? It's not responsive. What do you mean it's not responsive? It's totally responsive. Red flag. Let's see. All right. Not responsive. When I minimize and maximize, it is not responsive to the screen size. That is vitally important that the icons move with the size of the screen, whether it's elongated and it's on one single row, and if it is getting minimized or into a smaller window, then it moves onto 2 rows. Vitally important that we do not only that, but making sure that all of the user experience, user interface is at elite premier levels. Tested like a boss and a premier project manager presenting in front of the board of directors before the IPO on the New York Stock Exchange. There we go. All right. Now the chats are getting lazy. And by the chats, I don't mean the chats in the chats. I mean the chats. Okay, this is Open Router. Okay, did it go to the page? Confirmed, scans market demands across 27 genres. All right, let's see if it gave the genres. Replaced my previously guessed. Self-help, no. No, we're not doing, like, stop saying that. I just gave you a link. Subcategories. Yeah, some of these. Some of those. Okay. There we go. Glad that worked. And then, that's weird as well. That should not be popping up. That should not be popping up. Let's put that in there. Also, when I press the hotkey to, or shortcut key to take a screenshot, weirdly, the other screenshots pop up in front of it. That is a brutal mistake and bug to fix as well. I have to hit the interim. In the shop today, clip system. No coworker took Tuesdays off. Gave you another pick. What are you, Rex Ryan? Oh boy. Insiders know that one. True crime. Okay. What are we talking about on true crime and stuff? Get all this nonsense out of there. I literally just gave you a website and webpage of all of the Discover subcategories. You know what we're just gonna do? I do have to go to the bathroom now. Let's do this. Subcategories, there we go. Bring it up. We are vibe coding with KBK 14.16, and we're going to be building out a let's see, marketing. You know what? Can I highlight this text? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. In the screenshot. And, ooh, I forgot. I have an appointment today. Well, that wouldn't have been good. I might be calling it a rap battle. I might be calling it a rap battle. All right. We are definitely doing the showcase, and that would be sandbox. Make sure that you do not do any benchmarks. We don't need any more benchmarks from another vibe coder. That would be benchmarking to the nth degree, and with your haircut the way that it is, there's no way that you should be benchmarking. All right, I'm calling it afternoon. How long have I been going live for? All right, look at these guys. Look at these guys. Studio. How long have you been live for? Let's go to live. That'd be good if I had this open, right? All right, 2 hours. I'm going to be back tomorrow. We are hitting a stride right now. We are hitting a stride. We are hitting a stride. I'm going to focus on the IDE as well. That's going to be good. The IDE is going to be good. The IDE is going to be good. Whether the actual IDE works perfectly, I don't know. But if I could bring in everything from log in, and now I have everything on my computer, and it's like right there instead of a website, I could bring in my own browser, bring in my whatever little areas, move it around. Oh yeah, that's where you get excited. All right, boys and girls, I gotta pop out. I gotta go to the men's room. I will be back tomorrow live, kicking some butt, taking